How's it going, everybody? Once again, this is Ravenscar Gaming, and we're going to take another tour. This is the ZooLittles South America. It is the very first ZooLittles zoo that I've ever built, and this is what started it all. For those who do not know, ZooLittles is a series of miniature zoos built on the last leg career scenario map in the campaign. It is the very last, not including the DLC campaign missions, but the very last, or the very last one where you build the Bernie Memorial Zoo. Please choose somebody. And go ahead and get started here. As you can see, I kept the dock area. I decided after, my very first ZooLittles zoo that we weren't going to use those anymore. It just doesn't match and the theme of the zoo, and you really can't change it because there's a certain point where you go past the lines of the borders of the zoo, so you can't really customize it or anything. So after this one, I had decided to stop using those. But yes, South America is the theme of this one. Got some cool water features on each side here. This is back when I thought I was going to do ZooLittles 1, ZooLittles 2, but of course I decided not to do that anymore and just go with the titles of ZooLittle and then the subtitle of where the theme of the zoo will be. We start here in this massive entrance plaza. Pretty much what I did was I took these buildings and I built one entirely and I copied them over. So we have 4. Excuse me. So we have our gift shops, just memento Looney Balloons. And then we got our information and the other gift shops. Got a really neat central area here with the Jaguar statue, which, in my opinion, is the best statue they have in the game. Besides the Mekaroo. The Mekaroo is pretty cool. In this zoo, we decided to, in this zoo, I decided to name each of the habitats. This zoo features, from at the time, every single animal that you can find in South America. We got 6 habitat animals and 13 exhibit animals. Over here we got our again, I'm lost for words. Our eating shops. So we got Mexcellente, Gulpy Sodas, Pep Shot Water, and Pizza Pin. Again, I went with the heavy detail on the buildings here. So, yeah, this is an interesting build simply for the fact that I had to fit the 6 habitat animals and the 13 exhibit animals. So we'll get to the exhibit animals here in a few. But first we're going to start off going to the left here. This will take us to the Capuchin Temple and the Taper River. Coming in the back here, we got our trade centers, and then the other 3 have staff lounges. But first we'll come here to the Capuchin Temple. You'll see these throughout the zoo. These were made by timmyoops, or timmyoops, and these are incredible. A little bit of artwork. He used the brackets, I believe, to make these. These are really, really cool. And when I saw them in the workshop, I thought these would be perfect to place around the zoo. The only thing I did is I changed some, I kind of customized them to fit the theme of the zoo, so I changed the borders here with the bamboo and stuff. Well, first we'll come here to the Capuchin Temple. There we go. We got our ravine here to keep the monkeys from getting over. A lot of this, I used the blueprint, the temple ruins blueprints. I figured, what's the point of trying to build my own when these are so good? But there's plenty of them in here. I want it to be lush and broken up and make it look like a temple, a fallen temple. From this side we can see a section over here with the water, which they don't really use the water. But plenty of places for them to climb, and I'll tell you, these little guys are exceptionally loud. I don't know what's worse, the capuchin monkeys or the peafowls. But definitely a South American Mayan temple feel. Plenty of places to climb. Used a lot of temple blocks and a lot of the palm thatch bamboo and stuff. Also over here we have our research center where I added the power and water, which again is not really used, but for a little bit of realism there. And back here we have the security office, which is pretty much the staff lounge strictly for security. It has the perk with it, and then we have our research center, which has the vet. Or sorry, not the vet, but the quarantine research center and mechanics research. Sorry if these tours are a little bit, all over the place, but just trying to make sure I cover everything, and sometimes I forget. It's been a while since I've been in the zoo, so. But here we have the Taper River. Before we go into it, we have our staff gates over here. These staff gates go all the way around the exterior of the zoo. We'll take a tour through there in just a few minutes. We come in and we have Taper River. Perfect place for the tapers to live. Got this neat little bridge going over with the river effects to give it that river look to it. Got a little bit of a hard shelter for them over there. There's a baby in here, so there he is. There's a little baby right there. Some of these animals have their babies, some of them don't. I kind of picked and choose who I wanted to have the babies, so we got baby tapers, we got baby jaguars, baby anteater, but we don't have any baby capuchins or tortoises or anything like that. So before we continue on, like I said, the staff areas over here, they go all the way around. So this goes into the taper exhibit, and we come all the way through here. We got our entrance to the capuchin monkey habitat, and over here we have our what I was calling the west side, the west zone of the zoo, where that's how I pretty much set up the work zones in this zoo. Is I had the west zone, which covered the 3 habitats on this side, and we have a west zone or an east zone that covers the 3 habitats on that side, and then we have the exhibit, which is an exhibit tunnel, if you will, with their own work zones. But come in, we have everything we need. We have the staff centers, or the staff lounges, some more research centers, pretty much everything you need. Come up the stairs here, and we got staff lounges up here. So nothing fantastic. Originally, my idea for this was to be surrounded by water, but I just couldn't get it to work the way I wanted it to work. So then we have a little bit of a trail that leads off into the other side over here. Come over here, we also have some little props, so some jeeps and whatnot, and then your entrance to the tortoise habitat, I believe, which we'll go check that out now. Come all the way around. Yeah, I tried to keep the staff, on the outer edges of the zoo, so you don't see them too often. Also, I use the bamboo walkway and use these temple stone things to give it to break up the path a little bit, to kind of give it some design to it. Plus, we got a custom planter over here made out of the gold pieces. Just pretty much space filler is all it is. Sometimes I struggle trying to figure out how I want to fill the space out. So, all right, and we got our neat little bathrooms. These are custom made bathrooms. Apparently they're dirty because they're smelling pretty bad right now. Come over here, and this way we have the llama experience in the jaguar caves. Once again, we have our staff lounges for all of our central staff. First, we'll check out the jaguar cave, which I'm particularly proud of. Again, timmyoops. Wonderful, wonderful pieces of artwork here. It's amazing. If I'm not mistaken, they now have these same animal panels, but these have been colored, which are even better. Trust me, I've seen them, and they're incredible works of art. We come into the jaguar cave. I really wanted a black one, a black panther, or a black jaguar, but unfortunately I was never able to get one. But nonetheless, beautiful, beautiful, exceptionally lovely water feature here. I was very proud of that. They're actually complaining about the hard shelter space. I don't understand why. I mean, there's only 2 plus the baby, but I guess animals will be animals. Definitely one of my favorite animals in the game. Such beautiful animals. I can't wait. Big cats are probably some of the best animals in the game. One thing I really look forward to having is a cougar. I have no doubt that a cougar will eventually be added to the game, most likely with the North American pack, but it'd definitely be a staple of that pack. The baby is in here somewhere. I'm not sure where. There it is, right there. I'm not sure if we have 1 or 2. We'll definitely have to take a look after the tour, kind of get an overhead view and try to find some of the babies. I know everyone loves the babies. But I think this habitat came out very, very nice. I really hate these things. They're so ugly. I wish they were a little bit more customizable. Plus, also, I kind of tried to hide the scratching post into the tree here a little bit, but I think it worked out pretty well. They're very interesting because they're animations, especially for the rubbing pillar or the rubbing post or enrichment item. I believe that's it up there. They actually jump up on top of it. It's pretty cool. But that's Jaguar Cave. And over here we have the llama experience. So here you come in, you get your llama experience. You can buy the llama feed, and then come in and feed some llamas. Now, I separated the guests from the llamas themselves. I felt like it's only fair. I mean, yeah, these animals are known to be in petting zoos, but I couldn't imagine being an animal and constantly having people come in and out of my home and constantly disturbing me. But talk about some of the best use of that update. I think it was fur variants or skin variants and stuff like that are perfect. This habitat is usually disease risk because of the amount of llamas that are in here. Like I said, nothing special. I wanted to keep the foliage at a minimum to make sure that they have plenty of room to move around and the guests could see. Got some custom. This is about the time when I realized that you could change the colors of the education TVs. For the longest time, I had no idea. There's a lot of things that I learn about this game every time I play. Learn something new every time. Before we move on to the central part of the zoo, we're going to come over here to the staff areas. Once again, this all leads to the entrance to the habitat. So you got your Jaguar caves, and you come this way, and we have another little bit of a animal welfare center, I guess you could say. You know, keepers' huts and all that stuff. And we got the entrance to the llama experience right here. Again, constant, sticking to the path. They get stuck in that spot and they don't move, and it really causes a lot of problems. I've mentioned it several times in the past during some other commentary or videos with commentary, but it causes a lot of problems. My animals go hungry. They don't clean up the zoo. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I hope that it eventually gets fixed, but it wasn't always like this. It just seems like it was a sudden thing. But yeah, and this comes all the way to the anteater habitat. So we'll come around and go through the central area of the zoo. So as in the sign tells you, here we have, this will take you back to the llama experience, Jaguar Cave, Capuchin Monkey, and Taper Rivers, up those areas. We'll go ahead and take these areas first. We'll come back up here. Got a little seating area. This was before vending machines, so we come over and we have another look at the llamas. If you don't want to be part of the llama experience, you'll get a good chance to take a look at the animals from a little bit of a higher vantage point. I feel like the zoo really came together. It was my first one, so I put a lot of time and effort into it. I would say this is my second favorite ZooLittles zoo that I've done so far. But as we come down, this will come around and take you right back to the entrance and the Jaguar Cave. Here we have a viewing area for the giant anteater using the one-way glass so you can look down into their sleeping cave, or the sleeping area. This is pretty much, this structure, their sleeping areas, is pretty much something I copied over to the other side as well. And if we come this way, same goes for this section. This section is definitely grid-based, definitely a little bit symmetrical. Not completely symmetrical, but pretty much symmetrical. And we got our indoor viewing area of the Galapagos giant tortoises. Pretty much the same as the other side, and then we can come around and take a look at the capuchin monkeys from this side. Which is exactly why I put some of these enrichment items over here, so we can get a better look at them. Unlike the koalas, they love to climb. They're way up there at the top. And just like before, this will take you all the way around to the entrance to the park, at the zoo. So we come around, and we got our tortoise and our anteater. So these names of these exhibits I gave are Anteater Hill and Tortoise Cove. As you can see, these tunnels lead down to the exhibits. I'm very proud of this. It come down to the fact that I needed a place to fit 13 exhibit animals in the zoo, and being such a small space, what better way to do it but to put it underground. So that'll be one of the last things we walk through. I'm very proud of it. We come up to Anteater Hill. We get a good view of their tunneling. Use the rocks to cover up the tunnel, and then go down here and sleep. We have a baby in here somewhere, but for now, there it is. She's coming around. He or she, I'm not sure which. There she comes. She's having some trouble keeping up, I think. There you go. Very, very nice. Very simple. And on the other side, we have our Galapagos giant tortoises. Always starving because it takes them forever to, look at him. What in the world is he doing? He's almost walking on both of his back legs, ain't he? That's ridiculous. He's going to get stuck up there. Of course, I gave them a hill to walk up to get to their food. You know, they definitely need that exercise. So, it came together pretty well, though. Hopefully I'm not moving too fast through these tours. I'm not really sure, like I said before, how long to linger on something. I don't want to take up too much of people's time. It's bad enough my videos are long enough nowadays. You know, I try to keep them. I want my videos to be 30 minutes or less, but it seems to never work out that way. Again, I just don't know what to cut out and what to leave in. I'm not necessarily a fast builder. I'm more of a slow builder, but that's because I like to take my time and I like to really think. You know, I do plan this stuff out ahead of time. Some of this stuff is planned out weeks in advance, but I don't always think about the materials I'm going to use to build something or anything like that until the time comes, because I like to take a good look at at all the pieces we have available into the game. But we'll go ahead and we'll take a look down here at the bottom. There's literally litter everywhere. People are rude. We come down into the tunnel. There we go. We got a nice little feature here with some water effects. We come down, and here is the exhibit tunnel, and this feature is all 13 South American species that are currently in the game. I'm not sure there was any more after the updates. I don't believe there were. No, there wasn't, because we got the red-eyed tree frog in here, and we have the diamondback terrapin and the eastern blue-tongued lizard, which of course are not South American animals, but this is all of them. Got our Mexican red-kneed tarantulas. I'd rather not linger and look at them too long. I do not like spiders. And we got our giant centipedes. Think they're really cool from a distance, but I'd rather not be up close to them. And we got our wandering spider, Brazilian wandering spider, I think is what it's called. And we got our green iguana. I love these guys. They're hidden in there somewhere. And you can rarely see them. They camouflage so well. There he is, right there in front of my face. There he is. He's so cool. Such beautiful detail they put on these exhibit animals. We got our staff section here. So we got a keeper set here, and we have a staff house over here. That makes sure that the keepers stay only to this area. One keeper wasn't enough. I think I might have 3 down here. So we got a red-eyed tree frog that came with the South American pack. Really, really cool animals. Again, people don't like the exhibit animals, but I absolutely love them, and this was a treat to build. This is pretty much the first thing I built in this zoo, besides the entrance, was putting this exhibit tunnel together. We got our Titan beetles. And then we have yellow anaconda. I love snakes. There's one right there. And we got our Goliath beetle. I'm sorry, Goliath bird eater. Giant spiders. Really, really cool, but, you know, something I don't want to look at too much. The Antillean iguana. Lesser Antillean iguana. Got our salmon pink tarantula. And then we have our layman's poison frog. Should have a golden poison frog around here somewhere. Did I miss it? Oh, right here. I think I did miss it. There he is, right there in the corner. Really cool animals. And this takes you all the way around. And back out the top. Come on the other side. So again, you know, a quick tour, but very, very fun. Very, very fun zoo to build, that's for sure. You know, like I said, this is what started it all. ZooLittles is kind of what made me want to get into the YouTube thing anyway. I had a lot of fun doing it. I had a lot of good comments, and a lot of people said nice things about it. This zoo in particular was quickly featured on Paulsley's Community Showcase. I hadn't submitted it for a full zoo tour because I didn't think the zoo was big enough for, like, you know, a full-on zoo tour on someone else's channel. But it seemed like people really liked it, and it's kind of what started it all. So this is it. ZooLittles South America, the very first ZooLittles zoo, the first zoo in the ZooLittles series that I ever built. And my second favorite. It was my favorite until I got done with the Australian, but as I was building the Australian themed ZooLittles zoo, it really just, I really enjoyed it so much, and I thought the zoo came out exceptionally well. We'll go ahead and take a quick look from above. Again, I used every little bit of space that I could possibly use. That's one thing about this particular map, is to try to use every little bit of space that you can use. Not only that, but I use the underground as well. Another good way to make use of the space in the zoo. I'm sure for anybody that played the game or played the campaign all the way through, it wasn't necessarily the hardest, but for me it was the most challenging, because I believe they wanted you to have 20 species in one zoo. And it was definitely a challenge, but it was a fun one, and I had a blast playing it. I think I've played the campaign 3 times all the way through. I did it once for the silver, bronze, and gold, and then I did it again all the way through on hard mode. And then last time I did it, I just kind of did it for fun. I put a little bit more effort into it. So I'm sure some people may ask, you know, for me to play the campaign on the channel. I'm probably not going to do that, because I've already played it 3 times, and everyone's already seen it more than they probably would like to say that they've seen it. But if enough people ask, I might end up doing it. But yeah, as ZooLittles South America, the very first ZooLittles zoo ever. Of course, now that the aquatic pack come out, we have the giant otter and the caiman. I believe are both from South America. They'd have been great additions to this zoo, but as you can see, they wouldn't have fit. I mean, I could have made them fit somehow. I could have taken all the staff facilities and put them all underground and did it that way, but there might be a round 2 of ZooLittles sometime down the road. So I'm currently on ZooLittles Aquatic, or maybe not when this is out, but pretty much. And so far with Aquatic, that's 5 zoos in the ZooLittles series. And as of right now, I have 4 more planned. That would be India, East Asia, North America, and Europe. North America and Europe, I am convinced that sooner rather than later we will have DLC packs that are themed off of North America and Europe. So I prefer to wait to do those ZooLittles zoos until those packs come out, whenever that may be. So once we get through East Asia and India, there may be a break in the ZooLittles, at least until those packs come out. And plus, I believe these ZooLittles are a good way to showcase the DLC packs that we get. Sort of like other YouTubers do when they showcase all the new stuff. I prefer to do it this way. So I hope everybody enjoys it. something I keep forgetting to promote when I do these tours and do commentary is I do have a Discord channel. It's very small. I don't even think we have 20 members yet. But if you're interested, please feel free to join. It's a good place to share your work, to chat with like-minded people. And I even have a self-promotion channel where if you do also have a YouTube channel and would like to promote, please feel free to do so. You are not required to be active. You're more than welcome to just come in and self-promote if you want. I would like to talk to you if you know, here and there. I like to chat with as many people as I possibly can. It's not easy, you know, working full-time. But it's a lot of fun, and it's a good place to chat with like-minded people. So before we go, we'll go ahead and see if we can find this baby jaguar somewhere in here. There he is. It's adorable. Look at that face and those ears. They're so fluffy. Makes you want to pick it up and cuddle it, but I don't think Mama and Daddy would be very, very happy with that. We'll take a closer look at the baby tapir. So pretty much the trick of these babies is turn off animal aging and birth at the beginning, and once you build your zoo and get everything the way you want it, turn it on, have them breed, take the animals as soon as they're born and put them in the trade center, and once you get all the babies that you want, turn animal aging and birth back off, or back on, so that way the animals don't age or die. And take your babies out of the trade center, put them back in their habitats, and they'll be babies forever. Again, I don't think there's any baby capuchins. I feel like they're loud enough as is. We don't need any more. We just don't need any more. But gorgeous little animals. I always remember these guys from the Ace Ventura movies. You know, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, and I think is the same species of monkey that appeared in Bruce Almighty, and probably some other ones. So our little baby anteater. I believe that's the baby. Is it the baby? Yes, it's the baby. That's disgusting. Looks like it's beef with maggots. Absolutely disgusting. We got our tortoises. I don't believe we have any babies. When they have babies, they have a ton. And let me tell you, a lot of people might not agree, but I think tortoises are a good animal to have in your franchise zoos because they have so many babies and yet they take so long to mature. But once they do, you get a pretty good amount of money or conservation credits for them. I mean, we're talking, I think I was probably getting anywhere from like 80 to 180, maybe, sometimes 200 for each baby. But the trick is you have like, before it's all said and done, you might have like 30 babies. I think at one point I had over 40. I ended up having to make a separate habitat just for the babies because there were so many. But yeah. That's also something that I'll be bringing to the channel here shortly. It's a little bit of a Let's Play franchise mode. And I really, really want to get the community involved, as in choosing animals and all that stuff. Now, when I start the franchise zoo, it will all be the beginning of the zoo, the entrance, you know, the first couple animals will be chosen by me because I just want to go ahead and get it started, start earning some cash. So I already got the first 2 animals and the first 2 exhibit animals chosen for our entrance. And then as we progress through, that's when people will start suggesting, I can start taking suggestions and adding it to the zoo. Like I have one person already suggested some sort of petting zoo with a barn, so I'll be adding that into it. I'm not sure when this franchise zoo will start, but it will also have commentary, so there will be no speed builds. It will all be live building, so not live stream, but just real-time building. No speed builds or anything like that. So, but I really appreciate everybody for taking the time out of their day to watch this video. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the subs. Please join the Discord server if you feel up to it. You don't have to be active. You can lurk around and see what everybody's up to. But I really hope to see some more people join and have some fun. You know, this is a hobby. You know, YouTube, Discord, it's all just a hobby. I don't ever plan on making it any kind of job or anything that I can make money off of. It literally just, I just want to have some fun, and I'm enjoying building these zoos. I'm enjoying playing the game, enjoying sharing it with everyone. It's a lot of fun. I'm even enjoying editing the videos. It gives me something to do instead of just sitting around all day, which is pretty much what I do anyway. Me and my wife are both homebodies. You know, we're night owls. We don't go out much. I hate the outside world. I don't like going out to it. I mean, it's get to the point now where we literally just, we pick up our groceries. We don't even go in the store anymore. We order our groceries online and then go pick them up out in their little pickup section in the parking lot. So, but I'm rambling. I really enjoy you guys being here. I hope you liked the video. I hope these tours aren't too fast. Please let me know if you want me to slow down and linger a little more. If there's anything else that you think would be cool to do during these tours, whatever that may be. But also, all the tours that you see are on the workshop. So whenever you see a tour, that means that this zoo file is already on the workshop. So you're more than welcome to check it out yourself and download it and build some stuff in it or change it around and just maybe pick up some ideas, inspirations, because that's what I do. I pick up inspiration from other players and, of course, Google. But I'll stop rambling. I appreciate you guys stopping by, checking out this video, and consider liking, comment, subscribe, and join the Discord server. Link is in the description. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.